Welcome to the History of Bitcoin for Financial Advisors. This is video number 8. This video is called Scaling Lessons and Lightning Strikes. In the last video, we talked about the block size wars, an internal dispute. The Bitcoin community realized that something important had just happened with this war. Scaling the network wasn't just about cramming more transactions into each block. It was about protecting decentralization while finding new ways to handle demand. As the network would grow and transactions could potentially overwhelm the system, out of that tension came breakthroughs, as usual, that would shape Bitcoin's next chapter. One of the most important was SegWit, SegWit. It's short for segregated witness. What they did was, by restructuring how data was stored inside each block, this SegWit made transactions more efficient without raising the block size. Another innovation. This lowered fees, reduced the chance of errors, and opened the door for new layers to be built on top of Bitcoin. It was a quiet but powerful innovation that showed that the network could evolve without compromising its core principles. After this innovation, to allow for building new layers on top of the Bitcoin network, then came Lightning. This is called the Lightning Network today, and with it, a glimpse into Bitcoin's future as a global payment system, something that could handle massive global volume of transactions. How does it work? The Bitcoin on-chain continues to work as it has forever. But this Lightning Network that's now bolted on top, I want you to think of it like, let's say you go to a bar and you open a bar tab with the bartender. You enjoy yourself all night long buying rounds for your friends, but you don't settle up until the end of the night. Except the way that it works with the Bitcoin Lightning Network, payments work both ways. You can send or receive instantly. The fact that you can self-settle a transaction without an intermediary like a bank is a miraculous breakthrough of human achievement. But it still takes 10 minutes. If you're sitting there buying a hamburger at a restaurant, you can't wait 10 minutes for your payment to clear. This Lightning Network handles the transaction instantly. You can send or receive instantly while keeping the Bitcoin blockchain as the final settlement layer. When you operate on the Lightning Network, you're just opening a bar tab with the main chain saying, "I'll settle it every 10 minutes or so." This second layer dramatically increases transaction speed, reduces costs, while still anchoring every transaction through Bitcoin's security protocols. These breakthroughs were not just technical wins, they were philosophical wins as well. They showed that Bitcoin did not need to bend its core rules in order to grow and to scale. Instead, these brilliant Bitcoiners continue to just innovate on the edges, layering up new solutions on top of the foundation that Satoshi built. What's the advisor takeaway for this? I want you to think of SegWit and Lightning as the financial equivalent of adding clearing systems and instant settlement tools to traditional markets. As an advisor, you don't need to rewrite the basic laws of compounding or diversification. You innovate around them with tools that improve the client experience without breaking the fundamentals. I remember when I was a young advisor, this is way back in the 80s, but it wasn't too long before I became an advisor that Visa and MasterCard was kind of a new concept. You didn't have to write a check at a restaurant like the old days. You could just produce a Visa card, settle the transaction right then and there, and you settle up with the bank very quickly, within 30 days. Lightning Network ends up being an innovation like that. While other projects chased quick fixes, Bitcoin reinforced its foundation and expanded what was possible for this network. That sets the stage for the next big test. In our next video, we're going to look at how governments around the world tried and continue to try to suppress Bitcoin, and how, against all odds, it keeps spreading. Matter of fact, where governments push back and even ban Bitcoin, those spots around the world is where Bitcoin grows even faster. If you'd like to take a deeper dive into these subjects that we're covering, click the link in the video description, read the full article that this series is based on. Here's my challenge to you, as I'm sure you've figured out from these past videos. Please carve out time in the evenings, maybe 2 nights a week, dedicated to Bitcoin study. Over a year, that adds up to over 100 hours. Just do it so that when your clients or your potential clients bring up Bitcoin, you're already the expert in the room.